Hey everybody, thanks for continuing on our journey to living clean simply. Today I wanted to talk about some snack ideas. We talked several months ago now about how you can really switch your body over by eating carefully and making sure that what you eat is very nutrient dense and sustaining. So you really don't need tons and tons of snacks in life. You shouldn't. However, most of us probably have children and they do things differently and have different needs. And then also sometimes in our lives, because of our schedule or something that's going on, we need the option of a snack. And so I wanted to talk about some of our family's favorites today and just give you a few ideas as well as a yummy recipe. So a few things I try to keep in mind when we're talking snacks, especially with my kids, but myself too, is to always incorporate fat. Find a way, even if it's just putting oil, some kind of oil into it, just to make sure that there's some good fat that's coming into their body with what they're eating so that it's more sustaining. And it keeps you from binging on empty calories. Also, I try to incorporate veggies as often as I can, even if it's just raw veggies cut up. Like if you're going to eat, yes, you may have the berries, but you're also going to have some veggies. And just trying to keep new vegetables coming in. And then I try to avoid sugar at all costs. Like we just try not to consume snacks with sugar because they turn you into a monster. It just builds and grows. And then lastly, I would encourage you to avoid grain-based snacks. Pretzels, crackers, things like that really do not benefit the body and more likely are going to cause hunger sooner and things like that because they just don't give your body long-term fuel. Most grain-based snacks or snacks that do contain quite a bit of sugar are just not beneficial. So let's talk about some good ones. Give you some ideas. We do veggie sticks with one of the favorite dips in our home. For me, I love guacamole. Oh my word. Love it. It's like fun to eat veggies because I get to eat guac. I'm good with that. You might be a hummus person, and there's a lot of kinds of hummus. There's black bean hummus, there's plain hummus, there's roasted red pepper. You can find a lot. Just be careful to read the labels because all hummus is not great. You got to see what they put in there. And in general, if you buy from more of a health store or a health section, you're going to do better. Or you could do a very clean dressing. A lot of dressings are just plain horrible, but Tessemae and Annie's are two good brands, and there are others. Again, if you go to the health food stores, just watch out for canola oils, that kind of stuff. Watch out for sugar. And if those things aren't in there, and depending on possibly dairy and soy and things like that, then you're heading in a good direction. Another thing we do is, not constantly, but we do sometimes do an organic non-GMO popcorn, whether we make our own or we buy a clean version. Those are not like ideal, but they do provide that little saltiness, and because we make it in the oil, that provides a little bit, and I'll usually pair it with something else. Almonds with apple butter. No, I just totally swapped that. Apples with almond butter. Apples with almond butter can be a great, great snack. Very sustaining. You could do celery as well. Anything like that. Although apples are going to be a better choice than a banana per se. A banana's not horrible. It's okay. But an apple has a little bit of a better fiber impact and things like that. We'll do almond crackers with some organic cheese. We don't do a ton of dairy in our home. They might get some once a day. We don't do a ton of that. I do more of like sheep and goat dairy and things, but that can be a help. It does provide some fat. And if I need to, it'll fill a gap. We do Lara bars. Those are more for a sweet tooth. Like if you're kind of wanting something sweet, for me, Lara bars have no added sugar as long as you buy the right ones, but you have that sweetness and it's enjoyable. And so I use that instead of dessert all the time. RX bars are a great, more satisfying bar. To me, an RX bar isn't a treat, it's a good hearty snack. We make our own like almond flour, coconut oil, strawberry muffins. You can make little goodies like that and freeze them. They have, it's almond, it's coconut oil, it's egg, good ingredients that are going to be more satisfying. I'll make them a mini smoothie with greens. Dr. Prager's is in the frozen section at the store, and they have these tater tots. It's potato with greens, and they are literally green tater tots. So you're getting a lot of the actual good stuff, and the girls love those. Siete is a brand of wrap. They have a few different kinds, and they're grain-free. So I'll wrap those with a little bit of meat or guacamole, veggies, and that makes a really nice treat. Nuts and seeds with some berries is always a good option, or leftover meals. If we have soup in there, or we have potatoes, roasted potatoes, or steamed veggies, I'll just warm them in our toaster oven, and they can eat that. And Avalyn really enjoys, because she seems to need that extra afternoon meal, and that really helps her to get to dinner. So those are some of our favorites. And I've also included one recipe for an easy pesto chicken in this post. And it's really tasty. The pesto is green, so it always is green, but it's a very creamy green color. I really like it. I think the flavor's great. I've used that pesto as salad dressing, so that would be super tasty, but I hope you enjoy. It's really not hard. I'm usually hesitant about too much cooking or effort, and it really is good. I found it easy to make. You throw everything in the blender and you blend it. Add some water, and you get it to the good consistency. So have some fun trying that, and keep me posted. I'd love to hear about how you're doing on your journey, and any questions that you have, or any specific topics that would be helpful to you. Let me know.